Hi everyone, I'm Kevin Patrick. Thanks for joining me for Season 1, Episode 13 of Patrick's Poor Man's Guide. This podcast is for people who want to understand local government better. It's not just for Democrats or Republicans, it's for everyone. Because responsible government starts with informed people like you. Today, we are talking about how local government is actually funded and why it matters more than most people realize. Before we get started, if you find this podcast useful, you can support our work by subscribing wherever you're listening and by sharing it with someone who's involved in their community or thinking about getting involved. You can also find extended episodes and practical resources on my Substack at Poor Man's Publishing Co. and at poormanspublishing.com. If you'd like to support this work, subscriptions start at just a few dollars a month and they help keep these conversations going. Thanks for listening, and here's why it matters. In the last episode, we talked about policy versus management. Who sets direction? Who carries it out? And why staying in your lane makes government work better. Today, we're shifting to something that explains almost every frustration people have with local government. Money. When people talk about government, they often assume funding is simple. That if something matters, money can be found. Or that local governments can just decide to spend more. But local government funding doesn't work that way. Cities and villages don't have unlimited revenue. They don't print money. And they don't control most of the major tax systems people assume they do. Local government funding comes from a limited set of sources. Each one comes with restrictions, timing issues, and trade-offs. Understanding where money actually comes from changes how you hear decisions being made. It explains why some ideas stall, why timelines stretch, and why common sense solutions often collide with financial reality. This episode is about the basics of local government funding. Not to overwhelm and not to argue policy, but to explain the financial framework communities operate within. In the extended episode, we'll slow this down and talk about the main revenue sources local governments rely on, why they're more constrained than people expect, and why money quietly shapes almost every decision long before a vote happens. This is Patrick's Poor Man's Guide, Local Government in Plain English. Make sure to tune in next week as we discuss budgets, what they are, and what they're not. This is Patrick's Poor Man's Guide, a podcast for people who want to understand local government better, not as Democrats or Republicans, but as informed residents. Because responsible government isn't partisan, it's necessary. Thanks for listening.